Ladies and gentlemen, the entry grade Gundam, and last I left off, didn't want to bore everyone, but I did get him assembled. I got to put his head on and his shield, but man, they go together really quick. I mean, once you start, it's just next thing you know, he's pretty much assembled. Uh, I mean, I'm a big fan of the entry grade. It's pretty much like a real grade or a high grade. Just basically, you don't get the beam sabers. Basically, an extra pair of hands, like if you want him like to hold something, and or maybe like a sticker decal sheet or something like that. But other than that, man, it's worth the price to get that, I think. So I'll probably buy a few more of them just to have on hand. Because for the price and what you get, it's well worth the $7. But anyway, did get him. I probably mentioned it before, but they do really articulate really well for the entry grade. I know there's some figure kits. I have them, but I haven't put one together yet. I think they're just like a standard pose. And anyway, we'll try to tackle them later on after we get done with Mr. Gundam here. One thing I wanted to do, and you'll have to bear with me. I know a lot of people don't really talk about it, and that's the planning. I want to put him on a little bit of a base. So basically, I want to take a base like this and put him on like that. Again, we'll paint him up, weathering, and then just a little bit of diorama work on the base. And speaking of bases, I like pedestal bases like everyone else does. This is what you call a pedestal base, and I mean, you can make your own. I am not a carpenter. I have to have these made for me by people, and I'm getting low on them. And I saw a Japanese modeler have a just a plain wooden base, and I thought, man, that's just very simple. And he stains them up just like this, and they're just perfectly square. And I really like this idea, other than the pedestal base, because you don't want the base to you know obscure the model. You want it to you know you don't want the base separate from the model, making the where you look at the base first and then you look at the model. You want to see the model, and then the base just kind of gradually comes in, fades in the focus, if that makes sense. These bases do it really well. Once you get them stained basically a wood color, again, we've discussed the wood color. You see the figure before you do actually see the base, and I think they're just absolutely, the way he came up with that idea, and I did steal it. So anyway, I do like the wood bases for the simplicity of the, other than a pedestal base, and of course you're not limited to you can make them a little bigger or smaller, however you would like to do it. But anyway, planning. So I want to plan him on just a simple base. I want to make it simple, and I think in modeling, the more simple it is, the better it is. I think if you really overcomplicate it, it just loses its appeal. And I want to put him on just a simple base, but I may repaint him. I haven't thought about. I want to keep him the same colors, but I thought about where he's blue, make him red, and a few other red spots on him, because if you use your imagination here, this one's a RX-78-2. Well, could you have a 3 or a 4 or 7, 9? Different types of Gundams. Anyway, I'm leaning toward that. So I'm going to probably put another color on him, and just change him up just enough to where he looks like an RX-78, but he's got your little your flavor to it. And then of course we'll do weathering and chipping and all that, and try to show all that as we go along. But anyway, that's where I am on Mr. Gundam. The turret here, probably in about a week, I got about $40 worth of material. Speaking of, have you ever priced a kit, and that's just round numbers, that's about a $50 model. With the battery, the servo, and I did get the receiver for free. Battery, servo, and there's something else I think I bought that went with it. Came to about $50. So basically, a $50 model is turning into a $100 model, just you know, anyway, that's just one thing is when you start adding in the lights, and that's not including, you know, aftermarket decals. You know, it just starts, you know, if Mr. Gundam here was $7 and you started adding, you know, $5 decal sheet, you know, you're already up to, you know, doubling it. You know, it's just crazy. Just sometimes you just don't even want to think about adding how much you add to it, and just go with it. But anyway, probably in about a week we'll I got to get the electronics for it, so we'll probably start that. What, ladies and gentlemen, the assistant likes. Well, let me say this: the assistant never did get on the workbench, and the assistant does. Oh, ain't you awful? Ain't you awful? Oh, my assistant has to have lots and lots and lots of loving and lots of attention. So, and usually when that means attention, that means she must be fed. But anyway, that's my assistant. She's always on the, always by my side, helping me build models. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. We are, wherever Mr. Gundam is, we are working on Mr. Gundam. I want to get ready to start the turret, and I gotta go feed the cat. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for next exciting episode.